This is America. Don't catch you slipping.
I got a 0 on a project proposal in my class because I used the term biological women, which is apparently not allowed anymore. She even said it was a good project proposal, but I got a 0 because I used this term and it's exclusionary and not allowed anymore, so. And I 100% know that this is like the most biased grade ever because my project is about transgenders competing in biological women's sports. How am I supposed to do my final project if I can't use the word biological women? But that's what my project is about.
All right, guys, so we got to talk about a college student, a based female college student that is going viral because she is accusing her professor of giving her a 0 because she apparently used language that is transphobic during a project / assignment. Okay, she did an assignment and apparently she used the word, I guess, or the term biological woman, which in 2023 is a term that is allegedly transphobic according to the wokes. Now, I want to talk about this, but first I wanted to play some clips of her story on TikTok because if this story is true, and that's a big if, okay, we're supposed to believe all women, so I'm going to try to believe this woman. I think it's a big deal, right? And I think that professors who are giving students 0s because they are using language that the professor doesn't agree with, or they're grounded in reality, they're not woke, they don't adhere to their woke ideology, I think it's something that should be called out. Okay, this is not fair to women who don't want to go along with gender ideology. So I actually want to play some clips of her telling her side of the story and her responding to some questions that she's been getting on social media about her story, and then I'm going to give you my opinion on it. So without further ado, go ahead and roll the clip.
This is exactly the issue nowadays. It is not okay or acceptable to be a biological woman. I had been going back and forth with my professor about why I got a 0 for this, and I was told it was transphobic to use the term biological woman. And then I was told that I was implementing TERF ideology, which is trans exclusionary radical feminism, which she then went on to explain that it was women who fight for women's rights but exclude trans because they think that women's rights are being affected by trans people, which is literally true. But so then I was like, okay, the project is about feminism. Like, how is it not feminism to say that biological men competing in women's sports is affecting biological women? I don't really know why someone would make this up or how you would do that. There have been a few comments like this, so I'm going to share more images, I guess, without trying to expose my school or the professor's name or anything like that. This is the grade page. And this is where she made the comment. And here's just another view, in case that wasn't good enough. I don't want to show her name. I originally was going to wait until I finished the course, but then I thought about it and realized there's only a couple days left in the semester for this class because it's an expedited course. And we have about 15 assignments, so this dropped me super low. So I decided I'm going to screenshot all the emails, send my assignment, the comments she made, all to the Office of Equal Opportunity, and we'll see where it goes. You brought up a good point about the syllabus. I've actually gone through it multiple times to ensure that I have not broken any rules. And I brought up the syllabus multiple times to my professor to let her know that I have not broken anything in her syllabus. Her syllabus actually says, you will be graded primarily on the quality of your work and timeliness of work turned in relative to the module due dates. You will not be graded on the content of your opinions, so long your opinions do not create emotional and or mental harm for your diverse classmates or espouse bigoted or anti-scientific views, which is ironic because I think I'm the one who's being scientific by saying that sex is determined at birth, and she's the one who's being anti-scientific. And that project proposal was obviously for a final project, which the draft is due tonight at 11:59, but she has not responded to what I should do now since I got a 0 on the proposal. And in her syllabus, it says she will respond within 48 hours. And I emailed her Friday afternoon, and I still have no response, and it's due tonight. So now what?
Yeah, so you guys seen that, you heard that. Okay, clearly this teacher, and I'm using the word teacher, professor, academic here very loosely because this teacher is not an academic, right? They're not a professor. They're not an intellectual. They are a woke activists, okay? They are woke activists. That's what they are, okay? And this is what they're pushing in their class, okay? It's just so obvious, clearly, by what is written on the syllabus, how this teacher allegedly gave this student a zero, for simply saying that, hey, biological women exist, okay? For simply stating facts. And I believe that this is happening, okay? Because, you know, we're supposed to believe women, except in cases like this, which apparently you have some people calling BS and saying she's making this up, right? That she's faked these screenshots, I guess, of the teacher's comments, and that, you know, this is all fake or whatever, right? You know, it's just amazing how that works. You're supposed to believe all women until it comes to women pushing back against the woke gender agenda, or women that are being robbed in the middle of New York City, right? They're getting their bike taken away from them by a group of young black scholars. Yeah, you know, you're not supposed to believe them, right? You're not supposed to believe them at that point. It's just amazing how that works. But again, this is happening, okay? It's happening, right? As Vermont school removes male-female terms from reproductive system lessons. So you have schools that are going along with this, right? That are saying that biological terminology is offensive, right? It's offensive. Even my college, right? The school that I went to for college, UNC Chapel Hill, the Writing Center put out a handout on gender inclusive language to make sure that you don't offend people, right? Gender inclusive language. Amazing, right? Absolutely amazing. Okay. It's just funny the direction that you're seeing higher education go. Clearly it's just liberal indoctrination. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. But in a situation like this student doesn't really want to reveal who the professor is, and she doesn't want to out the school. But I would implore her, and that's the reason why I'm making this video. If she sees this video, I would really encourage her to be brave and to out her professor, because she did nothing wrong. Okay, she should not be getting a 0 on an assignment, which in college is a big deal, because you don't get that many assignments in college, right? If you've ever been to college, you would know that, you know, basically most of your grade is some homework assignments, which are not a lot, okay, for most classes, and a couple of tests. And that's it, right? If you get a 0 on an assignment, basically it makes it almost impossible to get an A, okay? It makes it very hard to get a B+. It makes it very easy to get a C, okay? And, you know, depending on how bad you are, right? If you're not very good at the subject, you could get a D or an F. The teacher gave her a 0. The teacher admitted that, hey, you know, this is a good prompt or whatever, right? You know, it's good, but you used a term that I didn't like, so therefore you're going to get a 0. Yeah, no, this is unacceptable. We can't have this. And if this is true, and again, it's a big if, I don't know, but I'm going to believe a woman, right, in this situation and say that, hey, you know what? You should come out and expose the professor and say, this professor did this, and expose the school and demand that this is rectified, that this is fixed, because this is not fair to you, right? Don't be afraid of the mob. You've already went on TikTok. You've already put it out there. It's viral. Go ahead and just expose what's happening. Show the world that this is what's going on in higher education. This is what our tax dollars are going towards. Giving students 0s for not going along with woke ideology, a political agenda of a professor. So yeah, I think you should expose the professor. Make sure you keep the receipts. And, you know, I think that this is something that needs to get more attention, right? It needs to get more attention. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.